especially in that last game where I'm seeing Liquid playing Tiny and Gyro, and they have this, they're on Dire, and he's just able to farm those triple camps like over and over again as a flak, and I'm just like, no, this is looking like there's gains to the Dire side where people are really heavily favoring the Radiant side. I see that, and I'm like, okay, this farming mechanic is pretty absurd.
I just think it's, honestly, I think that that's just a carryover from the last patch, I felt like in 706. And you saw that in the DPC lands. At the beginning of the season in 706, that Radiant was very heavily favored in, I think, 3 out of the first 4.
Yes.
I think this patch Dire is a lot better, at least in a relative sense.
Look at that. They saw Ace play Lone Druid earlier.
Yeah.
They're not going to make the same mistake that was made earlier by EG.
Absolutely.
First ban,
Get
off.
rid of it, please.
So the other heroes we were talking about, Secret would probably take out is the Razor and maybe the Omni Knight, but they like playing the Omni themselves too, so maybe they'll keep that one because of that. So Bounty Hunter, so those are 2 of Secret's top winning heroes.
Yep. So Secret, their third ban, you'd imagine they're thinking about the Ogre Magi, which has been a Newbee staple. They're thinking about that Kaka Sand King.
10 seconds remaining.
Show me the Earthshaker, dude. I've been hyping this thing up.
We haven't seen any of it, right, today?
Kaka's Earthshaker has looked a little bit unsteady in the matches we've seen recently.
You dare to say
Well,
such
but
thing?
you know, you say I say that, and last year he was getting flamed by a lot of people in the Chinese scene for his Earth Spirit play, and his Earth Spirit play in the last couple patches has looked rock solid.
He got a lot better at the hero. So there's the Sand King ban. I remember seeing an Earthshaker that Kaka played mid, right? He was versus Brood.
Yeah, that was their.
That was a little bit of a switch around, and then, it was not.
That was their very last game, unfortunately, at ESL.
I remember that one.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
That was really rough.
Oh.
It was, you know, the funny thing about that game was that he got killed right before he got his blink, and I think he would have looked a lot better if that kill hadn't happened. But anyway,
Omni instant pick Ogre by Secret. That's a steal pick right away.
It is.
Newbee's played it every time.
And you asked me why I think selection priority is so important. It's because it was more important when you had the 2 bans. But the better drafting teams used to use that first pick as a third ban as well.
All right, so Newbee has been robbed of their Bloodlust machine. We'll see what they get to replace it. That would be a great cosmetic, by the way. Anybody out there? We could do that set together. It's just going to be a cardboard box that says Bloodlust and a little stick pops out for Ogre Magi, and that's all it does. What do you think?
Not good. You think they'll go for something like an Undying just to match the Ogre in the lane? That's what we've seen teams do a lot in the past, just so you can stand toe-to-toe with the Ogre.
Yeah, not a lot of heroes can do that, huh? A Winter Wyvern!
Wyvern also one of those top 5 heroes.
Sure. Good stuff. Kind of limits their picks a lot as well, picking it early. I mean, you're probably not going to see a Sven or a Chaos Knight coming out from Team Secret now. Unless they're feeling really wily there, my friend.
Well, I just feel like this has been Newbee's approach for with drafting for a while, that they like to lock down their supports, particularly early, because they draft a lot of team fight, and they rely so heavily on their supports to stabilize the lanes.
Look at Yaps having that little miniature conversation with yourself. Yaps are making these goofy faces.
Yeah.
He knows we're watching.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Those two bicker between each other in the most hilarious manner.
Team Secrets turn to
And the Tide Hunter comes out
yes.
early on. All right, we get the KP Tide right at the bat, off the bat.
I really like that. I think KP, he's working his way up there for me with Ice as some of the most creative offlaners in the game. He has a very wide hero pool. We haven't seen his Naga in a long time, but he is capable of playing very farm-intensive heroes. He's capable of playing the traditional offlane roles, the teamfight initiators, and Tide, great pick.
That other thing coming out from Team Secret, any good counters to Tide around here?
Monkey King, Ursa, Disruptor.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll pick it right off the bat, but they'll probably save like the Monkey King maybe or the Ursa for later on. Bloodlusted Monkey King versus Tide in laning phase is a nightmare.
Really?
For Tide to deal with. Yeah.
I guess it's
King's
a huge amount of damage, huh?
Mugi plays both those heroes so well. He actually, I really like Mugi with the Monkey King because he...
I meant for Secret. Versus
Oh, you meant
Tide.
for Secret. Oh, all right.
Versus
all
the
right,
Tide
all right.
Hunter.
Yeah, that, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Just having like one of those two heroes that really dominated, but
There's your
Yapso
Yapso Rubik.
No.
Yeah.
yeah. I meant for later on in the
How many Ravages will we see from Tide and how many from Rubik?
Oh, actually, it's already such a it's a beautiful game.
It is harder to steal it now. The Tide Hunter Ravage is bigger
Yeah, that's true.
now, so it is a little bit harder, but once
It's
you get
weird
the
though.
items,
It's
a bit different.
bigger, but it travels more slowly.
Yes.
Right.
5 seconds.
So you do, I guess, have better like
Team
chances of like
Secrets,
blinking
turn
into
to
it, like
ban.
past it, and getting those steals
Yeah.
off. in
Yeah,
those
you know,
Situations.
I mean, Newbee's draft was looking so good, but after that Rubik pickup, anything that he gets from Winter Wyvern is going to be great. Of course, the ultimate from those two heroes are going to be fantastic as well. So, and Team Secret hasn't revealed anything yet. They have an Ogre, which could do anything, and a Rubik,
10
which is like,
seconds
you know,
remaining.
you can cookie cutter that into any draft. So,
It is both supports, but I think
5
that they're perfectly
seconds
fine with
remaining.
revealing both.
Sure.
Start here.
I like the Timbersaw ban. We've seen this, get through in some games where there has been a Wyvern. It's very nice to play around it. You've got that huge amount of magical to punish a
Turn to
Cold
ban.
Embrace. Has its strengths against Tide as well.
Take out the Nyx Assassin.
It's also just the Timbersaw talking about. It's such a powerful flex pick for Secret. There are really, even among the top teams, there are not too many heroes that are played well by all three of a team's
10
cores.
seconds remaining.
And Timbersaw really is that for Secret. You don't see
5
mid one on it
seconds
as often
remaining.
anymore, but he used to play that hero a lot in SAA.
The Nyx band, they're really targeting Kaka.
they should.
That's again, anytime I look at drafting against Newbee, that's the number one guy that I'm concerned with. They count on his roaming so much. He has played a lot of Slardar though recently. That's a hero that he's added to his
Yeah,
pool
that-
relatively recently. They're already, I think, 8-3 with it in this
Can
patch.
work,
Yeah,
can
Secrets,
work quite well
turn
with
to
Wyvern
ban.
too. That
Very
corrosive
well.
haze plus curse. Pretty much kill anybody. Slark ban.
What?
That's.
I mean, back in the
unusual.
day, that was one of Ace's favorites.
Sure.
That was one of the heroes he used to bust out all the time with the Danish lads.
Maybe they're revealing a little bit with that. Maybe they're not going to go for any form of hex, you
10
know?
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
Slark is okay if you don't have any hexes and no one builds a
5
sheep stick.
seconds remaining.
He's not doing too well. Though.
I've seen
That's
some Slark games be pretty out of control.
It's-
Ame in particular.
And it can be nice, if he gets that mid game and you're pretty strong against a Tide and a Wyvern, a Cold Embrace target, or just a Tide being tanky. That's a lot of potential to just slowly but surely build up an incredible amount of Essence Shift.
that's a good point.
A Cold Embrace doesn't really, sure, it keeps you alive for a bit, but at the end of the day, the Slark's probably going to still get the kill, and he's getting away with like double the Essence Shift he would have otherwise.
Can't crack and shell off the pounce leash either.
Point. I never know. All right, so it looks like we're finally going to get some ideas here soon for T-Secret. They are going to get rid of that Chaos Knight. Interesting. Well, definitely don't want to pick it up for Secret, but I can see NewBee running that and then just going completely ham on these carries.
That is a very, very good Mugi hero.
Mm.
We talk about SCCC
10
putting up the
seconds
huge
remaining.
farming numbers for Newbee, but a lot of that is enabled by
5
the style of
seconds
play
remaining.
that Mugi's so comfortable with, and all the way back to when he went by UU9 on Tong Fu. He's just a carry that wants to kill.
And
He wants to get his farm in lane and then just go run around the map killing.
I think also the two supports from Secret don't deal well versus CK at all.
It's true.
They just kind of look at him and they're like, uh-oh, we got Fate Bolt.
Yeah. Take that. 50 seconds for NewBee. Time running out. They're got a lot of quick picks that they're going to have to make in this draft here, boys. What's taking so long?
I think this is, if you want to spend your time during the draft, I think this is one of the two
Oh,
times you do it.
There's
There's your Kaka Earth Spirit now. Only 3 and 5 so far in this patch, but they picked it in some rough matchups.
Newbee's turn.
His play on that hero has improved tremendously. That
Hadden.
we would not have expected.
I remember the Team Secret Abaddon game. Do you guys? Where they tried to do a carry Abaddon earlier in DreamLeague?
Carrie, who played it, Ace?
I don't remember. It was a very unmemorable performance. So hopefully
seconds
things have
remaining.
turned around here for that. What are you guys thinking? Just off lane here? Or?
I
Yeah.
mean, you are right. Yeah,
5
Ace is
seconds
as
remaining.
versatile as he is. They could be a position one about him.
Maybe they're trying to look to go aggressive and they put the Abaddon in a safe lane versus the Tide.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's
most
think
likely
that's-
it's still going
that
to
I'm
be
down
playing
with.
it.
That might be the adjustment they're going
that I'm down with.
Because then it limits the Earth Spirit's roaming potential because then he has to focus on the safe lane more because of the aggro.
How is that matchup? Not too many melee heroes can avoid just getting totally dumpstered by Tide, but I think Abaddon is.
I think he can do okay.
I don't think so, man. He's a squishy little guy. That
Yeah, he
shield
does.
is
He
pretty
does
good.
have pretty low armor and stuff too. That's a good point. And there's the SCCC Death Prophet.
Another
Oh,
very
man.
difficult
There's-
one. They picked that so many times.
I'm
Newbee.
seeing some pretty ridiculous team fight on the side of Newbee right now.
And right now, Secret really doesn't have anything that can limit the potential of the Cold Embrace as a save for the DP. So when you talk
10
about
seconds
a lot of the
remaining.
heroes that are laning counters to Tidehunter, like your Ursas, for
seconds
example,
remaining.
are also end up being counters to DP because they have that burst physical damage. Well, the Cold Embrace, you just don't have a way to deal with it yet.
All right. Death Prophet, huh?
Newbee
Need some bursty
turn
stuff.
to battle.
Medusa! How are they possibly going to get it to the late game, boys? I'm not seeing it already. I mean, Medusa with Ogre is pretty scary with the Bloodlust, but...
Bloodlust and shields and
I mean,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Medusa is really good. This hero
Just a really
is-
strong hero right now.
Yeah.
All right.
So they do have that last
10
ban left
seconds
to
remaining.
take AM out of the pool. Otherwise, you snap pick that.
5
if you're
seconds
Newbee.
You know what I do find interesting is the fact that Secret actually decided to spend a ban on the CK when they ended up picking up a Medusa. I feel like every time that we see a CK in any game against a Medusa, CK just gets absolutely crushed. So
Oh, yeah.
You know what? The stats on that, I just looked this up the
Yeah.
other day. The stats on that are a lot less lopsided.
Oh,
When
okay.
you think over the
Okay.
last couple of patches, it's actually pretty close to 50-50, and
Okay.
it's just
10 seconds remaining.
solely based on tempo. If you look at the hero versus hero matchup,
5
Medusa
seconds
crushes.
Yeah.
But the tempo of the lineups that CK fits into tend to be so much faster that they can sometimes just kill all the Medusa's towers.
I mean, you guys are talking about fast lineups with that. NewBee just looks like they're great. They're just a run-at-you murder team right here. I'm not how
Yeah.
is Team Secret possibly going to make it past the 30-minute mark?
I'm worried right now because Secret has so little wave clear
And
to
very-
deal with this newbie push.
And little to no team fight.
I mean, they certainly do have a great stat. If they can make it past the mid-game, nothing's killing this Medusa.
I wonder if Newbie sort of decide to just keep the pace going and pick another one of their comfortable heroes.
5
Like, just get the
seconds remaining.
Ursa into play. You know, we know that they love to run it.
Sure.
That would sort of fit the tempo that they may be striving to aim for with this lineup.
Oh, it just gets so. I mean, you talk about games where Ursa's going to get kited.
Sure,
Like that's
sure.
oh,
you're
that's
going to
tough.
run into issues if it goes past a certain point.
Oh, they actually go for the PL ban, huh? Guess Diffusal Blade is pretty good.
I
What if they
think
go for
that's
something just
the
like an anti-mage?
Well,
wrong
anti-mage is
decision.
still
Yeah,
here.
what if
Yeah,
I
they
think
go for
you
AM?
snap pick anti-mages
yeah,
newbie
surely
right now.
you just pick up the AM.
Like there's very minimal lockdown on the side of Secret. It's like
Oh my
no,
God!
not again!
This is the one, as I said,
Not
the
again.
last time they played Huskar
the
against
Huskar.
Newbie, they lost.
Oh, no,
And
it's the only
Newbie, they
way.
picked up an Ursa against the Huskar, and the Ursa absolutely wrecked face.
Oh,
I wonder if they'll do it again.
Oh, no. I mean, if they pick AM, it's looking okay. If they pick Huskar, it's
I don't
looking
think-
I mean,
No,
AM can get crushed by a Huskar.
Oh, AM
Okay.
will get absolutely dumpstered, but yeah,
They could just play the Ursa.
They could. They love Ursa. Just a
Oh
good
my
time.
God!
yeah, I can't believe they actually picked the Huskar.
I would in a million years I wouldn't have called that. Not in this spot.
Well, they are a little confused by the decision themselves there. Taking a
That's
every
what it is.
last second three. Oh,
The
Oh,
Monkey
They
King.
take the
Okay,
Monkey
no,
King.
Okay.
we
No, it
did
did go
talk
for the
about
other
this.
side.
Yeah.
the better Ursa.
Well,
The
it's
better
yeah,
Ursa.
it is in the sense that Monkey King offers you the same kind of burst physical damage potential, but he's not nearly as vulnerable to kiting, and he has that ult as a zoning tool in the team fights. I do like the strap by Newbie quite a bit. So guys,
Owen?
last series of the day. What are your picks for game one?
I think it's hard, but I just the way the matchups have gone in the past. Sure, they picked the Huskar again, the hero that they had when they lost against Newbie last time, but I'm sure they've got a plan. You know, Puppy, he always wants to try and prove something with his draft. If it doesn't work out somewhere, he'll do it again and he'll make sure it works. So I'm going to trust in Ace's Huskar.
Newbie.
all right. I got to
10
go for my
seconds
boys.
remaining.
The Secret. Team Secret.
God,
They gave me a bracelet.
5 seconds.
I'm gonna go with
remaining.
my man Fogged. I think this Newbie lineup is pretty scary. All right, boys.
Toby, I'm not Toby. Get that off it.
Eh,
That's an insult.
it's close
I'm
enough.
Blitz now too.
It's pretty bad.
That's an upgrade.
That, All right, boys, let's get this last series of the day started. Newbie against Team Secret, and once again, we're gonna give you off to Toby and Blitz.
Yeah, we're your upgraded casting pair for this tournament, because they just want to get rid of the voices of DreamLeague. Yeah,
That was a little harsh.
yeah,
You didn't have to do them like that.
yeah. Let's go.
You do.
Let's go into game.
We'll kill it.
Yeah, let's do that. Last.
We'll show them up.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
let's.
I'll
let's-
forget all about Cap. You'll forget all about Cinderin.
And together we shall create a new relationship. Well, let's look at this draft, man.
Prepare.
Owen was kind of fixated on the past of Team Secret, with the Huskar pickup against Newbee, where Newbee came out on top. I know we were kind of a little bit harsh on Mugi during Shanghai about his Monkey King, where there was definitely a couple of hiccups with plays. Which draft do you gravitate towards?
I actually like newbies. I think that Earth Spirit is a good response to these heroes. I think Monkey King matches up well. I think that they might have a little bit more, but I mean, we'll see. There's been a lot of surprises today.
They get past the Radiant Observer Ward in the mid, they get their own down. They didn't get any vision of anybody, but they're 5-man maneuvering into Team Secret's jungle, and, well, Ace is doing the right thing. He's by himself, hiding in the trees.
30 seconds
Yeah,
to battle.
I like that he's being careful about this right now. He doesn't see anything on the map. Nobody's showing at that top rune area. It's very natural for him to assume this. He even draws like a mini line to tell himself. It's like, do not go
do not pass
there.
go, do not collect 200
Yeah.
gold.
If you notice, they actually placed identical wards on both sides.
Is this
This-
ward now like the new block ward? Like we've seen it. I think this is now what, the 6th time we've seen it at the start of a game.
Yeah.
Battle
And if you
begins.
notice, like the enemy team is like literally the same wards. Like even the mid wards are on the same side. They've got the same set. Like everything just sort of matches up in that regard.
Mirror matchup. The only thing, well, even the bounty runes matchup, how the lanes match up. So you get the off lane from Team Secret, which is going to be Yapsaw and Puppey doing their dual roaming early game thing once more. Fada as the Abaddon already looking to creep skip. So this seems to be the bread and butter of Team Secret in the early game. They just get in between the lanes on the safe lane of Dire and just pull it back down again. They're going up against Mugi, who currently is by himself. Kaka was doing the mid block. That's for SCCC's Death Prophet, who's going against mid one on that Medusa. And that leaves bottom lane where Ace is solo Huskar versus offlane Faith on the Wyvern and KP on the Tidehunter.
Yeah, and I think KP needs help in this lane. It's pretty rough to play against the Huskar one-on-one, but
Kaka just TP'd down.
yeah, I think KP realizes, like, I need help, guys. For the most part,
Oh, but
Mugi
you
should
get
be
it.
able to...
Rolling Boulder
What?
going to go forward towards Ace. Instantly starts his TP and
One more
needs to
hit.
survive! Oh, that was close!
And now he has no TP.
Oh,
He is
Well
going to be
played.
level 1 for so long. This is what Ice Frog wanted to avoid, Toby. When he gave you a TP, he blessed you with it. That level 1 gush, he did not see that coming.
had so much damage so quickly. Now Puppey is the man who has to soak up against Tidehunter. So hey, welcome to the new 1 position.
Dire's top tower.
Rubik as well. Like Puppey and Yapsa will take this. They're okay with this. It leaves the one-on-one matchup of Abaddon as well as Monkey King, and then the mid's gonna be whatever the mid is. So now we have try on try. It's a lot of try on
Dude,
bot.
Puppey has 3 CS. That is more than he normally ever sees playing Ogre. I think he's going to be really happy about that. You play Ogre, you're not about that farm life. Like, creeps are a very foreign commodity to you. What you are is a hero that sits around, bloodlust, tries to get kills. Anything above that is just, it's bonus gold.
Oh, Ace is back into the lane now, so at least he can find some levels. Puppey will back off for half a second, so Ace can actually get more experience than he has. Is this a fun lane still for the Tidehunter? Obviously, he's got no points in Kraken. He's a 1-0-1 right now. But can the Tide stand against the Huskar?
As you asked that question, he gushed for 1 creep, so that tells you sort of everything you need to know about this lane.
Get everything. Get everything you can before you
it.
get wrecked. Yeah, trouble. SCCC. Oh, boy.
Dunzo.
Telekinesis can, hold and a lot more control. Fada, a lot of early damage, and they're looking for the 4th proc. There it is. But then shields are up. Kaka can't keep the control there along. Balance. Not enough control to get the kill. Obviously, that's a level 3 Monkey King with a 1-1-1 build.
It does a lot of damage though, almost 100, and that's why it's so obnoxious to play Abaddon against this. Like, both offlaners are going to struggle, so it really comes down to what the supports can do early game. And we already see so far Secret has been successful, like that mid rotation early on, as mid one going to get bullied out of the mid lane a little bit, but it's a fine lane for him.
It's 10-5 versus 11-7. It's still going to be slightly favored towards Medusa just because of the kill, but not by much. Ace is again trying to get into the face of KP, but difficult when Faith's right behind. Kaka waiting for his rolling boulder to come in, and there she goes. Gets in front of Puppey, slows him down as Ace starts to lacquer up the burning spears onto Kaka as well as Faith. That dragon looks so cool when it's affected by burning spears.
Oh yeah. The limp? I like the limp. I'm a big fan of that.
What, the limping dragon when he's low?
Yeah, I think it's the best animation in the game for when you're injured. Like, all the other ones are okay, but...
You know what it makes me feel? Like, it makes me feel sad that, like, Game of Thrones currently has no new episodes.
Okay, I thought you were about to spoil some things.
I was not gonna spoil anything. I'm not like that.
Toby, I would have disconnected your mic. I'm like 7 seasons behind. Let me catch up.
7 seasons? What?
The violence scares me. All right.
How are you 7 seasons behind? You're the biggest TV series like watcher that I know.
I just told you the violence scares me, but not in this game. It's all digital as Faith picks up the arcane rune.
It's a children's game.
It really is. There's like a Tidehunter. That guy's really cute.
Boogie just try and slap Fada down. Enjoying the bonus damage. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Telekinesis grab into the stun from Puppey, but they turn in towards Ace. He can't survive this, or can he? No, he can't. 1-for-1 trade-off. Ace still got the kill onto Faith a little earlier.
Still fine. They're going to be pretty happy about this. Huskar's a hero that generally you want to have as much free farm as possible. Just because the way that this hero scales. Like, you don't really scale as Yapsor going to be the next target.
Nice pickup from Yapsor, actually grabbing Kaka before there's any real follow through from that ES.
Here comes the fire.
Tribute to my house.
It's going to get him pretty low, but he has Salve. Plus they have a shrine.
Pada. Okay, he's not having part of that. Oh wait, tribute to whose house?
To Abaddon's house. Alright. This Tidehunter is only level 3, but if I click the Huskar, he's only level 4. So this is okay, because all the supports on the side are also level 3. So the levels are absolutely even. Although net worth-wise, very slightly in favor of Newbee, because their 2 core matchups are doing so well. The Medusa, she statics a lot of lineups. Like, she's one of those heroes, and I should elaborate on that. She just kind of sits there, and she's never really going to gank. She's not going to rotate very early. What she's going to do is she's going to sit there, spam out the lane, and force you to rotate so that you can just start to chip away at the enemy mid tower. But DP is one of the few heroes that does really well because she has a natural leech with the heal. So it's going to help him quite a bit, which is why he's having so much success in this mid lane. It's pretty even. Like, the Dusa obviously had the kill, so he's going to be a little bit ahead. But this is bad for the situation. As at bottom, Kaka gets it. Nope.
No.
He was
sorry. So
for it,
you don't take runes from Yapsor. That's not the way this game plays out.
He has gotten some bounty runes taken from him. Kaka grabbed 2 in a row.
It's really amazing how close these lanes are, even with Fada. Like, Fada's managed to get a couple of extra levels up now, has borrowed time available. So everyone's doing well. All the supports are even. We talked about the wars being mirror matchup. Now it feels like, oh, until Tidehunter died, everything else felt pretty mirrored.
Yeah, that was a surprising death. I didn't think that they'd be able to grab him, but Tide is a pretty low level right now, still only level 4. And because he has gone for the early commitment in the Gush, he only has 1 in the Kraken. Which means he actually does take a decent amount of damage. And now Huskar is starting to catch up as a result. The Earth Spirit even has more net worth than the Tidehunter.
If Huskar's able to get this armlet, then is that actually when Team Secret start doing their rotations? Like, do you fight with the Dusa, or do you just put Abaddon and Huskar in the same lane and say, you know what, shield, go?
I think you continue to just farm. The pace of the game right now isn't bad for Secret at all, especially with that bottom kill. And they know that this Tidehunter can't stand against this Huskar. So for the most part, I think if you're Secret, you allow things to remain as is and let your 2 supports roam around.
So then how does Newbee change the pace of this? Like, does it come through the Monkey King? Does it come through Exorcism push?
I think it's going to come through the first Exorcism, if anything. But we already talked about what Dusa does. So it's hard to shove her out of this mid lane and just rotate inwards. Like, this is a pretty well-balanced lineup by Secret that they have to counter what Newbee has. Like, the laning phase went a lot better for Secret than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I didn't think this Abaddon would have this much success against the Monkey King.
Net worth-wise, he's still like, he's behind by about 1,000. Yapsor needs some space creation. Starts his TP out. There's no stun to stop him, so it will be successful.
Yeah, he just walks away casually. Second time we've seen that this game. Is at bottom now, Ace, about to hit level 6.
There's your smoke in mid. Karka and SCCC are headed down south, so Exorcism was skilled up. A 4-0-2-1 build for him. Goes
get into
right
Puppey.
underneath the Radiant Observer Ward, and they're going to find Puppey. But Puppey, he breaks the smoke. Rolling Boulder from Karka. It's going to miss the initial hit. He can follow up, however, with a couple of stones, and that's when they burn the Exorcism. They want to get through this Ogre, able to do so, and then let the Exorcism do the work on the Tier 1 tower. KP still short of level 6, so their team fight's not that scary yet. And maybe that's the reason, too, why Fada does his TP in.
Yeah, they want to try to defend this tower out. They're bringing a lot of heroes down here. Ogres already respawned. Newbee, they really wanted to run into Ace if possible. And Fada with his ultimate just running forward now.
There's your first stuns, KP. He's dropping real low. Only 2 stick charges. That's not a lot of life. Ace wants to do a little bit more. If he can just get closer, he can get the jump in, but it won't matter when Fada gives him the slow. KP will fall. And SCCC, his ulti is worn off. Yapsor's looking for the grab, but cannot reach him. This is not the way Newbee probably thought this was going to play out.
Not at all. And in mid lane, Faith has a raindrop, so he's perfectly fine. Kaka might even kick mid one in, but gonna be perfectly fine. A lot of health. Quite healthy, as up at top, Mugi taking advantage of some of this space is level 9. Gonna go for the Battle Fury himself so he can continue to scale. But feels like Newbee are forcing the issue a little bit too much. Probably panicking at the situation at bottom more than they have to. Like, the game is it's perfectly fine for them right now. There's no need for them to rush anything.
I'm surprised they actually went for that play before the level 6 on Tide. I know he's behind, but it seems to be like that critical thing you need in order to force a lane like this, and then you commit so much, you end up losing out in your Tier 1 tower in mid. Karka's going to be okay. He's back at the Shrine, and Fada's not going to force the issue at all.
Yeah, didn't want to continue to chase in for that. Sees that the Shrine is available too, but it does allow Kaka not to pop the Shrine. He's going to go back to base, but he is pretty underleveled right now. Matching with the Ogre as Yapsor, already level 5. Buys himself the Tome to get his 6. How's the Wyvern looking? Faith already has his level 6.
Curse available. Bit of a dangerous thing when Team Secret are going in pretty damn deep.
Secret's okay with this right now. They just have to play reactionary, Toby. Like, they don't have to make any moves. Their 2 supports can do whatever they want.
Is this just because like, you just sit there going, hey, as long as Dusa has a lot of farm going into late game, we win?
Yeah, they have really static heroes. Like, they have heroes that don't necessarily have to move around the map. They have heroes that you come to them. It's not easy to kill this Dusa, so it's very easy to TP around her. Same with the Huskar, same with the Abaddon. Like, it's very easy to provide support for these heroes. Whereas for Newbee, I think they feel for some reason that they're under the gun and they've got to make plays happen.
Oh, here they go. They're going up to Ace. Karka, a very off target for both the kick and the rolling boulder. Ace is doing a lot of damage, but not enough. He'll end up getting put down, but Exorcism again being burned by SCCC. Very liberal with the use of this. They need to bring down that tower. Meanwhile, Fada is being forced off the top lane, but he'll be okay.
I really like that people are doing this now with DP. We saw it in the game that Secret played. They were willing to pop the ulti pretty much at will. This bottom tower is going to go down.
Puppey's just hiding at the trees nearby. He has a TP scroll available, so he can leave if he wants to. For now, Medusa's pushing the mid, working with Yapsor, who's able to steal Splinter Blast level 3.
One of the better abilities that he can grab. Just another way to clear out the waves. A lot of nuke damage too. As we're looking around at the ancient stacks, none available so far for the Dusa. A little bit worrying. That's normally how she continues to get ahead, but it's understandable because the supports were so focused on that bottom lane.
There's the fact that Newbee blocked both of them, one with the Berserker Ward, one with the Sentry Ward, so there is no more camps to come out until Secret deal with this.
That is preparation, Toby.
It is. Rolling Boulder comes in forward. Karka kicking Fada back. Mugi can't close the distance quite enough. So Fada's able to survive. Chingu not hitting its max count, so he didn't want to commit the slapper.
It'd be hard anyways. He has his ultimate, so it's a little bit difficult as KP now takes the front in mid lane. They really don't want to give up this tower, especially against the Dusa. Like, she's a non-threatening hero. She just pushes in the wave, when you leave the wave eventually because, well, you get bored about laning against a Dusa, then she takes your tower. She like lulls you into this like sense of security. You're just like, it's only a Medusa. That hero doesn't do too much. Then she spams out the wave 2 or 3 times and suddenly your tower's at half health.
Here's a question for you, and I think this ward from Karka kind of like pushes it into the forefront of my mind. Can Secret do Roshan without being fully contested by Newbee? And I ask this because it's a Huskar, right? Like you want to be able to get the Aegis Immortal into him.
Definitely, but there's going to be a timing window where they have to win a fight. That's always the scary part about Dota when you don't have these Ursa heroes where you can sneak it really easily. I think Newbee, especially the Chinese teams, not to generalize too much, but they're really on top of Roshan. They almost, whenever they see any heroes missing, they'll always send somebody in to check it. Like, they're really smart about that.
Yeah.
And it'll be obvious this game because they don't have a lot of wave clear aside from the Medusa on the side of Secret. So if that hero goes missing and none of the waves are being shoved in, it becomes pretty evident what's going on.
Oh, mid one. Trying to farm up that ancient stack. I say stack, camp.
Yeah, this being said,
Ace is so low, but he's ready to fight.
they want this mid tower. It's pretty low already. If they can get in good position, this would be...
Well, they do a large amount of like damage very, very quickly with that Huskar, thanks to the fact that he is so low. They start on Faith. Karka rolling boulders forward, gets the kick into that Huskar. You've already lost the win to Wyvern, however.
KP's
But it
getting
may
low.
not matter when KP, well, he dies to Roshan. He was denied to Roshan in this fight. The Prophet, however, locked down the Boundless Strike. It creates space, and so does the Wukong command. While Mugi may be stoned in the pit, he's able to create space for the rest of Newbee to back up and shrine up.
Very well done. NewBee, they do lose 2 heroes, but one was to a suicide. And at the same time, they kill the hero that needs to scale.
It's just salvaging a bad situation, but maybe not. SCCC, his ulti has just worn off. Support's going to rotate in. Tidehunter TPing to the tier 2 tower. And Secret, they realize they've gone in a little too deep, but their Observer Ward let them know just how much they can get away with.
They were just posturing. They have like 1 stun on their team.
They're actually going in to attack Roshan, so you said they needed to win a fight. Ravage is still up. Exorcism, however, is down. And so is Wukong.
Oh no, Mugi TP'd bottom.
Yeah, showed himself down there too. Team C are going to be very confident to do this. But how do you stop this now if you're Newbee? Mugi has to bounce himself as fast as he can towards Roshan, but he's down to 1,600. KP can't get close enough. Controlled up, mid one fighter and Yamsor all on his back. They need a little bit more magical damage to pierce that cold embrace. Meanwhile, Ace, he has the Aegis Immortal. The curse creates space, but it's onto a baton, and the space is not enough. The shield popper fighter ends up killing off the Tidehunter once again.
That was very well done by Secret, but at the same time, if Mugi shows himself at bottom, they just walk it in. And he has to be more careful about his positioning. Because, like you said, you understood too, that the next objective is this Roshan. You can't make it that easy for Secret to just walk in, get a free Aegis, no response.
Is that when Newbee kind of have to like just put a foot on the brake? It's like, hey, Mugi TP towards the bottom lane. Why are we coming in close? Why are we trying to contest Roshan with 4 heroes? And one of those heroes doesn't have their ultimate, the Exorcism.
The thing is you almost never want to just give it up for free. So you at least want to posture for it and slow things down as Ace grabs a solo kill on a Faith. But at the same time, I think that there was probably miscommunication. Because you could tell that Newbee knew it was happening.
Yeah.
Like they were posturing towards that area, but Mugi having TP towards bottom pretty much makes that chance nil for them defending. They used a lot of ultis though in the previous defense, so I think Secret felt very comfortable in that as a bottom product.
Yeah, they're going after him. Unfortunately for Newbee, they still have to break through. Actually, borrowed time. There she goes. They waited out. No instant follow-up. SCCC is just a little bit too far away. Meanwhile, Huskar takes the tier 1 tower up on top, finishes up his halberd with the money.
This is crazy that Secret can simultaneously take that tier 1 tower top without any support on their Huskar. They're pinging like crazy right now.
Well, no one's going for him, and who can really deal with Huskar?
Just bring 3 heroes over, take his Aegis. It's better than allowing him to play with this much impunity. Like they're pinging that area because they know that Ace is there, and you can tell that it's bothering them right now.
Yeah, but they don't know where they're being watched from. That Observer Ward's still watching the Ancients very closely. So even when Newbee rotates someone over to deal with Ace, Ace has a very early warning detection system.
Yeah, Secret's playing really well right now. They're rotating their cores very smartly. They're playing to maximize farm right now. They're playing a little bit risky, but you're gonna like that if you're a Secret fan.
Oh, this is so much money coming into Mookie. He's almost finished up his Shadow Blade.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big pickup for him.
Yeah,
But
he's already farming so quickly thanks to that Battle Fury. So while that fight was happening around Roshan, he was pushing bottom. He was working that Battle Fury farm in. So it's not an inefficient game right now for the Monkey King.
same problem exists though. Like, they're forcing fights and their Tidehunter. If you notice, it's kind of awkward for him. He tries to walk in and Ravage, which is what you do with Tide. You just run in, but he has another Hulk-like figure on the other side in this Abaddon. Like, Fada doesn't care. You noticed in the last fight, he just ran at him.
Yeah.
Eventually, he got low enough where, you know, they just right-clicked him down to death.
Team Secret smoked up. They want to go on SCCC, but this is a trap. KP waiting in the wings. Yamso's going to go for the pickup. KP, the Ravager, connects on all four with the rolling boulder forward. The silence against all four as well. Combining with the Exorcism. Ace wants to do more, but the Wukong command, it surrounds Secret on all sides. Fada able to shield up mid one because obviously the mana shield's not enough. Here goes your Aegis Immortal Trigger, and Huskar, no way to get out of this. Newbee, the perfect combination. In Secret, it was their turn to force the issue.
Kaka was so prepared for that fight. I really hope we get to see a recap because that was crazy by Secret. They force staff in. That wasn't Yapsor's force staff. That was Medusa's defensive force staff that she needed. And then they hard commit under the tower for a Tide who gets a free Ravage opportunity.
Now Newbee, they're forcing into the tier 1 tower. Remember, there is no ulti from him, but Abaddon beating the crap out of Ogre. There's your double stun from Moogie. He wants to jump in through the back lines with borrowed time. Fada just runs forward. KP once again, the Tide melon gets cracked, and Faith will be the sacrificial dragon.
Invisibility.
Nice, Kaka. Oh, Sentry. Is he out of range?
Oh,
Yapsol! Got him!
Okay, and so they win a fight, and then Newbee's like,
Oops.
would you guys like to take that back? We'll run it back.
We bought insurance for that investment, right?
All right,
Alright,
so,
so let's see it again.
Yapsor gets force staffed in. He goes for the DP. Then they get a free 5-man Ravage into a 3-man kick into like the best Wukong's command I've ever seen in my life.
It's like Ace didn't start attacking until 10 seconds into that fight.
Yeah, he couldn't. He just got kited.
Yep. Locked, controlled. But back into the game we go. KP once more. Being the first meal, he's the entree to Team Secret's fights. And that tier 3 tower is getting ripped apart. Ace sitting on the stairs. Taking the tier 3 tower, can go for more. Still no Tide, still no Ravage. Curse is on cooldown. Exorcism is on cooldown. The mid-rax is almost gone. Ace is so low for the pick up and throw down. There's the curse. It's out on the Huskar. He's almost gone, but no, they pull him back. They get out of the Wukong's command. A great disengage from Team Secret. And you know they're itching to go once more.
Secret's team fight right now is absurd. Like the way that they're playing this. Aside from that one crazy YOLO engagement that they had no reason to do. Like, their decision-making in this game has been pretty flawless.
Mid one standing his ground. The rest of Team Secret backed up to attack the shrine for half a second. Now KP, Ravage is up. You must be aware of this. He's dropping down low, getting a couple of burning spear stacks, and then he's just coming in for it. There goes the Ravage. He'll actually catch them. Ravage stolen by Yamsor. He wants to come back in again. There goes the stolen Ravage, but they can't get in close enough. They're running away while they're triggering off the Stone Gaze. NCCC, he wants more. Exorcism is halfway through its duration, so Ravage is blown from both sides and everyone walks away.
Secret are going to be so happy about that engage. Yapsor's Ravage, he thought that it was going to lead to more. And in all honesty, it looked like it was going to, but I think for Secret, you just reset, right, Toby?
Yeah,
Ravage
why not?
is down, Exorcism is down. You're not really
You can wait for Ravage to come off cooldown again, right?
Yeah,
like
just
that's,
go.
You just wait for the big abilities. You can take the tier 2 tower up on top.
I actually think if you're Secret, you just continue to push.
You can keep pushing, but you can also think about Roshan. He'll be back up potentially in about a minute.
Nah, I think you play the cooldowns right now.
No, they're coming in.
The timing is more important on this.
They're attacking the tier 3, trying to bring it down. Mid-racks, they already took the melee racks there, so they'll have momentum. Oh, the curse. Goodbye, puppy. It was really nice knowing you. 3-man silence from SCCC. Makes it so Secret are being a little bit more wary.
Bunch of Brutuses. 400 gold in exchange. That's all the ults though, but I think without Puppey, they're going to think twice about that.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game in Dota often. And you do have a significant advantage now at 6k. Like you said,
you
now
got no, the critical thing. There's no bloodlust anymore, so Medusa has to go back up.
everything is being pumped into these two heroes right now. Like they're being artificially enabled. Like you have these heroes like Abaddon who just built purely defensive items for his team. He has Vlad's and the Solar Crest. It's meant to give just a bunch of buffs more than anything, and at the same time, like you have this Ogre. Like this is a pretty neat strat. And then you have this Rubik, so you have some form of catch, so that your team fight isn't completely limited. And of course, it's YapzOr, so he's going to steal something like Ravage.
Yeah. Boogie does have one small answer to the Huskar, so Silver Edge just got picked up by him.
I'm not sure if it matters though. Their ability to set up the fight is more important. Like the Ravage is the key here. Because Mugi, yeah, sure, he does a lot of damage. We already know that.
Kaka, well, there's a Earl Scepter up and towards the air. YapzOr hits the deck.
That was awkward.
Yeah, I don't think either team wanted that. Ravages are coming off cooldown in 5 seconds time for both sides.
I like how you had to say that plural. Ravages.
Yes, it's the way it runs. Newbee want to try and fight. They're going to smoke up, but they have to be aware. At least the upside for Newbee right now is that both KP as well as YapzOr don't have a maneuverability item.
Yeah,
All Staff is not done on YapzOr yet, and no Blink Dagger on Tide.
He's only got Ravage for like 2 more seconds. It's just about to run out. I don't think you pop it here. I know a lot of people like pop spells in jest, but if you
he's
steal
got
it
a lot
again,
of mana to work with, but yeah, he'll let it go.
Because what if you steal it again? It'll be on cooldown.
True. Very true. Oh, Newbee. They're ready to fight. They're not going to be able to. Mid's pushing in too hard. SECC and Faith will TP back to defend it up. This will now be telegraphed to Team Secret, who go back into their farming game. You mentioned, like, you're happy to play the slow game, especially when mid one is still, even against a Battle Fury Monkey King, he's still 2.5 grand in front.
Yeah, I'm not sure how kill mid one right now. Like, he deals a lot of damage. He's very tanky.
Especially when you got, like, an Abaddon behind him.
The amount of armor that he has on top of the mana shield, it's quite difficult to take him down. I think for Secret right now, you just continue to march down objectives. But they are smoked up. Maybe trying to run into somebody here. Is Kaka gonna disengage?
Waiting for someone to try and defend that bottom lane. Faith is the most obvious choice, but KP right behind him. There's a steal over on the Splinter Blast, but Faith just turns the ulti on. I don't think it's gonna be enough damage to kill off YapzOr. Fada hits him 4 times and then gives him a miscoil, and Puppey, they jump in further. Moogie, he's ready to fight. Wukong Command available, gets a double stun by mid one. He goes in. Stonegaze is turned on. Moogie and KP, they stand on the high ground, but the one who's isolated is SCCC in the middle lane. KP comes in for the Ravage. He'll connect on 4, and Ravage again! Stolen by YapzOr. He's coming in for the fight. He's ready to go, but he's waiting for the right opportunity. Just pushes forward. Doesn't even need Ravage. Newbee have 3 heroes who are currently manure. And Secret will come in. They can push the mid lane in and then rotate to the top. Fada is already there shielding up to attack the tier 3 tower. And now it's Newbee who have to fight into a Rubik Ravage.
Yeah, now the Tidehunter is on the other shoe. I don't even know how I'm supposed to say that. Is top tower going to get taken? Secret is so confident in their team fight. YapzOr didn't even have to blow that.
GG. They actually call it. It's a 27-minute GG. Newbee see no way that they can stop this. A celebratory Ravage. As YapzOr, you can put it this way, he stole the melon seeds.
I like that.
Spit the pips.
That was good.
A Team Secret, real solid game. 14-8 Newbee. They wanted nothing more to do with that game, and rightly so. As you said, like, there was no way to kill off the Medusa. How do you handle that?
Yeah, that was dominant too. Secret, they understood their lineup, and I feel like they just played more patient. It felt like they weren't trying to force these moves, aside from that one in middle. That was crazy. But when they